Bedazzled starts with Elliot Richards, a geeky and overeager man working a dead-end job in a San Francisco call center. He has no friends, and his co-workers who manipulate him know he will do anything for acceptance. He tries to make small talk with his colleagues around the office, but everyone tries to avoid talking to him as they find him to be too much of a geek. He goes to a bar that evening and spots his colleagues, which try to avoid him by any means possible. He sits on their table, oblivious of their opinion on him. Another colleague of his, which Elliot has a crush on, Allison Gardner, comes into the bar, but Elliot lacks the courage to ask her out. His colleagues encourage him to go and talk with her. Elliot goes and attempts to make small talk, but fails miserably after Allison never noticed him in the 4 years they worked together in the company and ditches him at the bar. Elliot says that he would give anything for Allison to be with him. A pool ball suddenly rolls over to his feet and he goes to return it to Satan, who has taken the form of a beautiful woman. After making out on a table in front of 2 strangers, Satan offers to give Elliot 7 wishes in return for his soul. As a test of her powers, she tells Elliot he can wish for anything he wants. He wishes for a Big Mac and Coke. Satan snaps her fingers and a bus arrives and takes them to McDonald's, where Satan places the order. Elliot has to pay for it, because there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Elliot feels disappointed because he could have done that himself, so Satan takes Elliot to her nightclub in Oakland, where she gives Elliot a contract to sign which will give him 7 more wishes. Elliot is not convinced, however, as Satan demands his soul after the wishes are exhausted. She convinces him by showing him a video of Allison and himself as a future that he could have. He relents and signs the contract. Satan then gives him a pager which he can dial 666 on, in case a wish doesn't go the way he wanted. Elliot wishes to be very rich and very powerful, with Allison as his wife. Satan snaps her fingers and Elliot wakes up in a mansion as a Colombian drug lord and next to Allison. However, he soon finds out that Allison despises him and cheats on him with her English tutor. After getting betrayed by his own men, Elliot tries to escape by holding onto a helicopter while getting shot at and tries to dial the 666 on the pager, but accidentally drops it and jumps after it. He dials at the last second and falls in front of Satan, who is now a parking officer. Satan points out that he never wished for Allison to love him and that being rich and powerful rarely works out for people. She then takes him to Allison's bedroom, who is currently taking a shower. While Elliot peeps, Satan reads Allison's journal just as Allison comes into the room, but she can't see or touch them since they are in another plane of existence. Satan reads to Elliot that Allison hopes to find a sensitive man who is in touch with his emotions, which gives Elliot an idea for his next wish. He wishes to be the most sensitive and emotional man in the world and also wishes for Allison to love him. Satan makes him so sensitive he spends much of his time crying over how beautiful the world is and constantly asks Allison whether he has hurt her. Allison says she wants to be with a man who is strong, shallow, and only wanting to get in her pants, and leaves Elliot for a man who is strong, rude, and completely different from the romantic and emotionally sensitive Elliot. He dials the number again and gets teleported into a pool. Elliot then wishes to be a superstar athlete who would be a woman magnet. Satan makes him a 7-foot-plus tall basketball star, reminiscent of Michael Jordan. Everyone adores him and Allison comes for a one-on-one interview after the match and Elliot invites her back to his place. But here comes the twist. Satan also gave him a small penis and equally low IQ, which causes Allison to instantly lose interest in him. He dials the number again and this time ends up in a hospital where the devil is giving sick patients Tic Tacs and M&Ms instead of real medicine. He then wishes to be intelligent, witty, and well endowed. Satan grants this by making him a famous writer whom Allison falls in love with. Everything is going great for Elliot, in fact too great. When they arrive at Elliot's home to make love, it is revealed that Elliot is actually gay and living with a male partner. He goes back to Satan, who is currently teaching a class, and tells her students that no homework is required and that they are free to play video games and watch television instead. As the class happily leaves, Elliot remains sitting sullenly at one of the desks. Lastly, Elliot wishes to be president of the United States to try and improve the world. Satan makes him Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater on the night of his assassination. He manages to dial the pager just before getting shot. He is back at the call center and goes to his cubicle to start working when Satan pops up on his monitor screen. She says that he only has one wish now because his first wish for Mac and Coke also counts. Elliot gets frustrated at the devil's loopholes and goes to church. There Elliot tells a priest that he needs to talk to God. So, the priest offers to listen in the place of God. Elliot tells him everything that has happened. The priest reacts by calling the police on him. At the police station, he tries to convince them of what happened, but they obviously don't believe him. He is locked up and the devil is the one to take him there. Before putting him in the cage, she says that he should use his last wish to get out. There is already another prisoner inside the cell. When Elliot says that he sold his soul to the devil, the man smiles and says that everyone's soul belongs to God. The devil is just trying to trip him up. He'll make mistakes, but he should open up his mind and his heart, and God will accept him. He gives an enigmatic smile as he says this. When Elliot asks who he is, the man replies that he's just a good friend. Elliot spends the entire night thinking deeply. When he's let out the next morning, he goes to the Devil's Club. Everyone there has become old, and yet they're still partying. He goes to the devil's office and says that he isn't going to use his last wish. The devil says that he has a time limit according to the contract. But Elliot is firm. He does not want to receive everything with just a wish. He has learnt to value the journey to get there. The devil rolls her eyes at this and gets angry. She reveals her true demonic form and demands him to make a wish or she'll kill him. So, Elliot wishes that Allison will have a happy life. The devil groans in disappointment and drops him. Elliot wakes up in a normal building. The devil tells him that his soul is safe with him, as one truly selfless and benevolent wish will actually void the contract. He didn't know that because he didn't read the contract. He celebrates excitedly. He then asks the devil why she's being so nice to him. The devil tells him that heaven and hell are both on earth. Everything comes down to him. She says that she truly enjoyed her time with him and liked him. Elliot replies that she has been the best friend he's had. He goes back to his company where he finally talks to Allison normally. He asks her out on a date. However, Allison has a boyfriend and rejects him gently. Elliot is also mature about it and accepts the rejection gracefully. At his office, his co-workers make fun of him. Elliot grabs one of them and scares him. They all take him seriously now. When he goes home, he sees that he has a new neighbor, and she looks just like Allison. Her name is Nicole. Elliot helps Nicole move in. They soon start dating. As they enjoy their time together, the devil and probably God himself are playing chess. The devil is cheating, as expected.